Okay. It's time to check in. Checking in. All right, leaving out of the hyperbolic transformation chamber, heading my way out to the house of gratitude, making my way. Let's do a countdown check-in and a start date check-in. All right, so on the countdown, it is 74 days to go to the target date, and on the start date, January 31st, 2026. All right. Okay, let's talk about it. Interesting turn of events. Wow. Let's get right into it. Okay. If you've been following the journey, well, not so much following the journey from the beginning, from the first check-in to now, several real life things have been happening. If you're listening to this message, real life is happening to everyone. Congratulations. It means that you're still alive. Anyways, so especially based on what happened yesterday. Ooh, a lot of things happened yesterday as far as training goes. Crazier things happened, even more so following that. I want to make sure I stay focused on what's really important. I'm going to expand into other things later. I was 100% ready to go ahead and look for a whole nother gym to train at. Well, a new hyperbolic chamber for me to train at. Because the temperature was way too cold in there. It's nah. When it's around 30 degrees outside and it's only 30 more degrees inside for training, inside of a facility, inside of four walls, no. I just wouldn't accept that. And I've had situations where I explained this to the staff and they just kind of shrug it off or like it's no big deal. Anyways, what a major turn of events today. It's just one of those things. I know God is a genius. I ended up going to the chamber at a different time to train based on a lot of different factors. There's stuff that's going on with the weather. There are things that are going on with people significant to me, all these different things, whatever, that made me go to the chamber during regular people training hours, which is not normal for me. With that being said, at my hyperbolic chamber, I can go to this chamber 24 hours a day. I have, oh my gosh, I think for as long as I've been doing this, I think from the time that I got, once I got to a certain point, based on a certain experience that I've had, I made sure no matter how many gyms that I have access to, for the record, I never only have access to just one gym. That's not a thing for me or for us. I always have access to multiple locations. One of those locations has to be 24 hours. We're in as based on whatever's going on, I need to be able to go up there at any time of the day, holiday, whatever, and get in and get access to train. So I don't really train when other people train normally, when average people train. But anyways, I'm in there, and the cool thing, if you own a facility like this, uh, your staff, you don't have to staff your gym or chamber to have staff all around the clock. You just need them there during regular hours. Anyways, I end up going there during regular hours. I don't normally do that. I ran into a great, great guy that I know who works there. For the record, I would definitely refer to him as he's one of us. He also takes good care of his body. He's one of us. I told him the situation. Oh man, fortunate to be running into you. Yo, let me tell you about the situation about the gym, the chamber being too cold. And I'm explaining this to him, and he says, this gym hasn't been open for that long, and since you explained this, the temperature on the thermostat, it probably automatically does certain things based on the time of day or whatever. I walked in there today, expecting it to be cold. I walked in there today, and the temperature is perfect. I'm like, man, the temperature in here is perfect for everything. It's perfect. He says, and he explains, probably based on whether it's a smart thermostat or like whatever. It's basically, it's calculated for, I guess, during when the gym is really busy or whatever. But now that I've explained it to him, he says the thermostat probably isn't calibrated for when there's people in there at the wee hours of the morning, late at night, early in the morning, however that goes. I'll adjust that today. I got you. I had this exact same experience at another location, and they blew me off. And I actually called the number for the facility. And I spoke to somebody else. I believe I know who he was. But for some reason, whatever reason, that day, the following day that I went there, the temperature was better. And then 48 hours later, it went right back to what it was. This has got to be one of those smart temperature things. If you don't program it right, because it's not just one of those, it's modern technology. If it has any form of intelligence, you need to speak to it or tell it to do exactly what you need it to do, or it's just going to be smarter than you and do what it believes is best for you. Man, I'm so excited. I believe going forward that I'm going to be able to stay. So, and then also I spoke to him, and turns out the number that I had for him was an older number. He has a newer phone. The typical. I know I reached out to one other staff member, but I hate for this story to go this far, but all the details to the story are very vital. Anyways, bottom line now. For the record, I actually, while I was there, I saw him go over to the thermostat. There's actually more than one in the building. I saw him go over to each one and do the programming thing. Hey, if he knows exactly how this thing works, we are officially in. It's happening. It's happening. so excited. All right, so there's that. I'm going to talk to you really briefly about the training for today. So the theme for the week is still 10x. No, I'm sorry, 5x10. It's the concept for the week, the theme. Worked on buys and tries today. Buys and duceps. I don't like using the word triceps because I don't like trying anything. So all my friends know that I don't say triceps, I say duceps. Anyways, biceps and duceps, aka canon collaboration. I'll expand on these terms later. Anyways, biceps first. Seated alternating curls today. All five sets went well. Then I did rope pull downs. For all 5 sets. That went well. I would normally do, it's a thing, I would normally do a set where both arms are working individually and both arms are working together. Based on a lot of things are happening today that don't normally happen. So I actually only did 1 set of each. I normally do more. I actually had the time to do more today. However, a lot of things are not going the way how it normally goes. So I actually, so today, based on the meal that I have, my pre-meal before I train, and the meals that I have while I'm training, things were off. So I was super hungry. I ran through all the food that I had for during my training, which really affected my energy. And I knew that as far as how long the training is going to go today, also based on doing sprints afterwards, that it was going to affect all that. So I cut it short. Also went to go do my sprints afterwards, and my left knee was feeling kind of funky. I did everything, warmed up, did my stretches, and I started going, and I could feel it. And the answer today is no. We're not doing that. So no sprints today. Not disappointed, because going forward, I should be able, everything goes well with the temperature, I should be able to bring that heat the way that it needs to go. So it is a win. We will be running victory laps today. Okay, let's bring it all together. What is today's message that I will share with you? Okay. Today's message. There are 3 reasons why you get the answer no. Sometimes the answer is no, because that is just what the answer is supposed to be. The answer is supposed to be no. The other 2 reasons why the answer is no is very specific. And you need to be smart enough to understand between which one of the 3 reasons why the answer is no, so you can move accordingly based on that fact. And I would, and stay with me on this. Let's say the scenario is that I approach a table that has multiple women sitting there, and I'm asking them. I I look at the women at the table, and I see someone that I would like to dance with her. I go over to the table, I ask the lady to dance, and she tells me no. Okay. Hey, you know what? Sometimes the answer is no. Sometimes the answer is just no. For whatever the reason is. The answer is just no. That's the number one thing. Let's talk about the other two reasons why the answer is no. Stay focused. Stay with me here. The number two reason why the answer is no is because who you asked. Hey, you walked to a table with multiple women and you asked one of them to dance. She told you no. You know there's a possibility if you asked somebody else at the same table to dance, she probably would have said yes. The third reason why somebody tells you no, you might want to buckle up your seatbelt for this one. The third reason why somebody tells you no is because you are the one that's asking. I've had it happen to me. I have been in a club, asked a lady to dance, and she told me no. Not too long after that, same woman, she's dancing with somebody else. She didn't tell me no because she don't want to dance. Maybe something's going on with her knee. Maybe she can't dance. Or like whatever it is. The answer was no. And the answer is no because you're the one that's asking. You call a company and you ask them to do something for you and they tell you no. Sometimes it's not because the answer is no. It's because either who you're asking or they believe you deserve the answer no. It's a thing. Anyways, that's the message. That's what's going on. It's happening. I am pushing every single thing that I have been working on forward. This is a very interesting time in my life because, believe it or not, I am metaphorically and somewhat figuratively and actually, I am actually, I'm boarding a plane and getting it ready for takeoff and building the runway at the same time. Yeah, doing that. So, thanks for everybody who's rolling with. Thanks for everybody who believes that they can get on board when they can look out and see that there is absolutely no runway for us to go. Who's buying tickets to roll with me for this? Shout out to everybody who actually believes that I can pull this off. Whoever actually buys tickets when the time comes to buy tickets. Wow. When we close the boarding doors and we take off, and we are taking off, it is happening. You're gonna have to get on the next one. If I send the plane back for anybody, we'll see. Anyways, thank you for being here. You could be anywhere, but you're here with me. Wow, thank you for that. Please subscribe, share. It's supposed to be 3 S's. Support. Yeah, support, subscribe, share. Please do that. So yeah, tell a friend to tell a friend. And tell your enemies too. Whatever. With that being said, forward, upward, through. We on the move. Until the next one. Yeah.